What's going on, diamonds and gents? This is Miss Trey, that Jim, and you are watching Gem Spot TV. How you doing? How your mama doing? Daddy doing? How about it doing? Okay. So this is just gonna be a random one. A few things that stuck out to me in the media, and of course I got to do Love and Hip Hop episode 7, and we're gonna talk about that Mob Wives New Blood 2. Woo, baby, the premiere. We're gonna talk about that episode 7, season 4. So I was right from the last video, and if you haven't been checking out the reviews, y'all need to get back on it, because I'm looking at all y'all stuff now. Come on now, let's not do that. You know, mama had to be away for a while to get her body straight and get her health in order, and you know, everyone knows what's going on with my mom. Before I get into the review, I want to thank every diamond and gent, every person that asks about my mother, every person that I appreciate your prayers. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. That's all I got to say. She is out of ICU now. So just keep praying for her. I am gonna say this, you know, the doctor was like, well, you know, you should just be prepared for anything. I was like, I am prepared for anything. This is the thing, and I want to say this, and I'm gonna get into the reviews, but I just really want to say what I gotta say when it comes to doctors and nurses or whatever. And you know, there's a lot of nurses here on YouTube. The thing is this: it can look one way in your face. It can. And your job medically is to warn the family. My thing is this: because a person have faith does not mean that they are in denial of what the situation is. Because I'm going to say this: my mom is not in denial of her situation. Neither am I. We just have faith that God is going to bring her through. I had a long conversation with her on yesterday, and she was just talking to me about her faith, you know, and she know God is good, and that's all she got to say about it. She was like, I don't have anything else to say about it. She was like, they can say what they want to say or what they think they see, but they can talk medically. All I know is faith, and all I know is faith. And so I'm gonna say this: I am not in denial to know that I am a diabetic. I'm not in denial with that. The difference between me and most diabetics is I take care of myself, and I'm believing God to heal it. The thing is this: we have to trust. If you got faith, trust God. Trust God. Don't be in denial of whatever it is that you're facing or going through. Don't be in denial of it. Just trust God enough to deliver a miracle, to deliver a sign, to deliver a wonder on your behalf. And so I am optimistic about that. And then faith without works is dead. I knew that I didn't want to be a slave to medication for the rest of my life. So I got my big butt somewhere, and I started losing the weight. I started eating right. And honestly, for me, it was the eating, because I walk every day. I'm active. I bought a Wii, you know, a year or two ago, just to do Just Dance and the sport thing. And so I'm always active. So the active part wasn't why I was gaining the weight. It was the foods I was eating, the chips with all them GMOs in it, genetically mutated organisms or altered organisms. So it was the things that I was eating and putting into my body. And when I began to do research for me, and I realized everything that I was putting in my body, even my water, wasn't good for me, I decided to change my life. Okay, so faith without works is dead. Okay, so I had to put a work to it to let God know that I am serious about, you know, wanting to live a long, healthy life. Okay, so I said all that to say that we have to sometimes put work to, most times, put work to what it is we need to see God do something with. Some people, it is miraculous and it's quick. Don't misunderstand me. But I'm saying, for those that say, oh, the doctor diagnosed me with high blood pressure, but you eat salty chips or you put salt on everything every day, and then want to say, God gonna heal me. No, faith without work is dead. Push the salt to the side, sister or brother, and start eating you know, better in that aspect. Now that's one thing that I have to, well, I eat sea salt on, you know, certain things. I don't sprinkle a lot of salt. I'm not a salt person, but the foods are preserved with a lot of sodium. So again, here we go. We back to what it was in the beginning. So I've lost almost 70 to 80 pounds. So I'm not sitting up here talking about what I should be doing. I did it, you know, and it was all, I'm gonna say this, most weight loss people is because a lot of people ask me about it, so that's why I'm talking about it. A lot of people you can contribute weight loss to simple things as what you're eating, how many times you're eating, or do you just eat that one big meal and you just splurge on that. Okay, so my day-to-day goes like this. I wake up in the morning before I do anything, even brush my teeth. That's right. Well, I do gargle a little bit because I can't do the stank breath and water. I drink a cup of water. I drink a cup of water within the first hour I'm awake. And what that has done for me is it has speed up my metabolism. Because the thing is this, I wasn't doing that before. You know, I was drinking water during the day. But sometimes I don't start drinking water till like 10 or 11 o'clock, which is bad when you wake up at 6 or 5 in the morning, okay? So my first hour that I'm awake, I drink a big cup of water, get dressed. Normally I cook breakfast. If I don't have time to cook breakfast, I do a meal replacement shake or some type of protein or fiber bar. And I make sure it's enough calories to hold me to about 11 or 12 o'clock when I take a lunch. Okay, and when I take a lunch, I don't go out for lunch. I bring my lunch with me. Sometimes my lunch can consist of whatever my dinner was, or it can be, or in of course a lighter portion size than whatever my dinner was, because lunch I don't like to be too heavy. So for lunch I normally do whatever the leftovers was, or I'll bring maybe a lean pocket, or you know, some type of Marie Claire. I don't do a lot of the lean cuisines, because if you look at the back of it versus the regular dinners, you're doing the same stuff, you just going by name. Okay, so I'm reading labels more now. And so what I do is, that's normally my lunch. Within lunch, after like I'll say 20 to 30 minutes after I eat, because you know the itis hit you, baby. Okay, so what I do is I take a B12 so it can boost me some, give me some energy, because I need it, especially moving around with children and other things I do within my day. So I take a B12 and I'm good to go. You know, I'm moving around, everything is all good. When I come home, I normally eat a snack, maybe some kettle cooked chips, or hold your thought, I'll be back with you, or I'll do like a Weight Watcher type snack. I actually like these, and it's or whatever other Weight Watcher thing, or I'll do another one of those little protein shakes. You can buy those, you know, you don't have to make them in a blender. Some people do make those. They're either weight loss or for energy, or they call protein shakes for weight loss or whatever. If I have any of those left, I may drink one of those to kind of hold me for dinner. But normally I'll eat one of these. Let me show you the size they are. And actually this does the trick for me, and I'm not a real big sweet eater, so that does the trick for me. And it's 80 calories. It has 4 grams of fiber, and it has like a filling in it. And so, or I eat a Who Knew cookie, and that has a lot of fiber in it. you know, no artificial flavors, no preservatives, no partially hydrogenated oils, none of that stuff. So that's good. And so I'll do that. I'll eat a snack. Then for dinner, normally now my meats go on a George Foreman grill. Okay, let's keep that. Let me just let you know, I grill all my meats. I was baking, but the thing with bacon is if you don't have like that little grill thing that you see all the juices coming at the bottom of it and everything, really defeating the purpose of the roast thing. So I'll put my meat on the George Foreman grill. Whatever sides I have, I make sure I have a vegetable on my plate. Okay. And then if I'm drinking normally when I'm drinking drinks now, I'm making sure that the high fructose corn syrup is very little to none in it. I try to get stuff that says no high fructose corn syrup. So sometimes I have been slipping lately because I've been on a Hawaiian punch kick. I just been loving me some Hawaiian punch, which I know I'm getting back. But you do have your times where, you know, you want your little extra. So I put my meats on a George Foreman grill. I do you know, cook my vegetables and everything on the stove top. Sometimes I even put those on the grill, depending upon whatever taste I'm trying to get. I don't eat a lot of beef anymore. Beef takes too long to digest within your system, so I don't eat a lot of beef anymore. I've always ate a lot of ground turkey, chicken, and I've added lamb. Lamb is a good meat. So that's what I do. My plate is always full of a lot of color, and that's normally consists of dinner for me. So that's my day. Sometimes like I said, and I don't drink cow milk anymore. If you do your research, most vegans know this. It's like, you know, how does a calf get so big so fast? It got to be a growth hormone in the milk. Okay, so I don't drink cow milk anymore. I drink almond milk now. And almond milk also, if anybody that is a diabetic, it helps to regulate your sugar and bring you at a good, you know, standing. I do buy Naked or Balt House. And it's like juice. It's like juicing, but you can just buy it. If you can't afford a big $9.99 one all the time, you can get the big one for $5.99 through Balt House. I think that's what it is. Balt House. But anyway, that's my day, and that's how I eat. That's how I lost the weight. So like I said, most of it for me was what I was putting in my mouth, not educating myself. Sometimes in the morning I'll make myself avocado eggs. So if I do that, I know automatically that's going to regulate and bring my sugar down. So that has taken place of me having to shoot myself. So now they've given me a pill because I've educated myself. When I know I've eaten too many chips within a week, I'll go buy kale. I'll season it, put it in the oven. Oh my God, crispy, good. Okay. Sometimes I sneak and I'll dip it in a little ranch sauce when I'm eating my salads at lunch, because I do sometimes just take a salad because I know I had a big meal or I went out and I had a good time, and especially during the holidays, I'm like, I am not getting this weight back on me. Okay. And so that's what I do. And sometimes I eat Pringles when I'm out, if they don't have kettle cook. And then other times I just get a regular bag of chips. But what I have done is, instead of getting the $1 and something bag, I'll get the 50-cent bag. So that's how I did it. Okay, that's my weight loss. That's how I did it. Okay, now let's get on into this love and hip hop, boobs. Okay, now love and hip hop, to me, it's getting kind of boring. I mean, that's just my take on it. You know, some of y'all might love your love and hip hop, but it's getting boring to me. But where it picked up for me, y'all know how I am. I always go with what picked up for me, and then I get to talking about, you know what I'm saying, everything other than. Okay, so where it picked up for me was when Miss Yandy, wait a minute, first Amina and Peter walk in. K.Michelle came out to celebrate getting #1 on the R&B charts all around the country. So they walk in. She like, yeah, girl, you did it. Da-da-da-da-da. So Kay and her friends sit down, talking to Yandy. They living it up, dancing, getting it in. Here come Peter and Amina into the club. Okay? They get their two feathers into the club. Peter. Why would you go and sit with friends of that girl? What's her name? Tara? Why would you do that? That is dumb as... That's dumb. Okay, so you go and for some reason you think it's gonna be all good that you got your new boo, your wife, sitting with friends of your other woman. Now, so they sitting down and Yandy says, so when was the K.Michelle said, you know what, let's address the elephant in the room. Baby, you got to love you some K.Michelle. She keeps it 100. She looked at him and said, She was like, so, when was the last time you slept with Tara? And Peter eyes did one of them like, did she just ask me that? My bad. Oh, that was hospital calling for mom. Okay, anyway, where was I at? Oh, I was talking about, okay, so they sitting. And she was like, yeah, you think he gonna say in front of his wife that he was with her just 3 weeks ago? Baby, Amina's face was priceless, honey. Priceless. You couldn't buy that dirt, baby. She was looking like, oh. And so Peter then goes into this whole tangent. And then Kay and Yandy like, yeah, dude, say it out your butt. We ain't trying to hear that. And so he did say, well, you know what, maybe I might have to put them in a room and maybe they might both do this and that. Maybe they may leave me. Maybe that'll be the best thing that ever happened to me. Whatever. So Amina rubbing his back and then all of a sudden that hand lifts. Whew. And so Peter forgot he had his ring on, honey. You couldn't pay for this kind of dirt. And so they both sitting there, they rings on and everything. Yandy peep game, baby. Couldn't wait to go tell Miss Tara. So before we get to Tara, do say praise the Lord and do a shot. So Amina like, that ain't gonna fly. Praise this Lord. Let's go to boo, to the bar. We need to chit chat. So baby, they get to the bar. And Amina like asking him like, so what's going on, you know, X, Y, and Z. So his thing is he running game on her mind basically. Well, you can run me away. You know she didn't already run me into your arms. Now what you gonna do? Run me into another chick arms? So she limits what she say. Let me tell you something, Miss Amina. I don't know how old you is, sweetie, but that type of stuff, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody about to sit up with you and play these kind of games with you. You telling this girl over here one thing and then you over here telling me another totally different thing. Nah, brother, you gonna get it together. Now one thing I'ma say is, whatever you gonna do. You know what I mean? But don't be like, oh, they know about each other and that's what it's gonna be, but still keeping the lie going. Nah, bro, just keep it real. It is what it is. At this point, tell them the truth. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I done been there, done that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But my thing is, you don't know what you're gonna do because you're greedy. I didn't know because I was being cheated on. So that's a whole nother other story for a whole nother other time. Okay, but you don't know what you're gonna do, so you need to let them know, look, check this out, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but right now I'm married to you and I want to sleep at Tara house. Now Miss Amina can say, you know what, bruh, give me my ring back, I'm good. Or she can be down for the foolishness. Now I'm gonna say this, Amina, you need not be down for the foolishness. You are young. You are too pretty for that foolishness. And you kind of got a little voice too. You can sing. I think Yandy kind of missed out on that money with you. I'm just going to keep it real. But that's what it is at this point. So Yandy go and tell Tyra about the rings and everything, and you know how he was there, what he said, and she was like, I don't like being around him because I'm friends with you and X, Y, and Z. So she didn't know about the rings. Okay, so she goes and she's talking to him and she blows all up and she let him know, like, look, check this out. Why you lying and saying you gonna do this and you want your family, but on the other hand you over here telling this girl something totally different, and you outside around my friends wearing your ring. She was like, I want to sit down with her and I want to find out what you telling her, what's going on. Now, this is the thing, Tara. I ain't going to talk to no other chick about my man. That's just what it is. What I am going to do is I'm going to distance myself from you until you figure out what it is you really want. I done been here, baby. I done been there. I'm not chasing you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not about to be outside talking sideways with you. All that stuff is for people in their 20s and teenagers. I don't have time for that. I'm not doing that. You're either going to know what you got at home and take care of home, or you gonna get somewhere and leave me alone. And that's just how I roll. I don't have time for the foolishness. I'm not about to be back and forth with you. I'm gonna say this. Stuff, people you love, you fight for. But that's when you mess up, not the other way around. And it looks like to me, Tara, you're the one fighting for this relationship. My man, he ain't fighting. He ain't fighting, boo. He ain't fighting. It is what it is. Because in his mind, as long as I can run this gravy train, I'm going to run this gravy train as long as I can. And then you said, I'd be dang if I be the side chick. Boo, you are the side chick. For 13 years, you've been the side chick. Let me tell you how you know you've been the side chick. Because as soon as that fool got a chance, he got up and married somebody else. Where they do that at? Nah, boo. Not here. And that's just what it is. And so he knew what you will do and what you wouldn't do. I'm going to say this, Miss Amina, you are in between a rock and a hard place at this point. But not really. You need to get somewhere and figure out if it's worth it. Because I'm going to tell you now, from the outside looking in, boo, it ain't worth it. Move around. Deuces. It's not worth it. Before you get some years in and you waste years of your life and time and all of this and that, break it off now. You young, this dude 44 years old, and he playing the game. He playing a child's game, and nobody has time for that. If you don't want monogamy, don't put rings on people's fingers. That's just what it is at this point. So, moving on from that, so K.Michelle goes and see her manager. And she tell her, like, I'm firing everybody because my shows ain't been on a level that I'm used to. This ain't working out. My assistant is incompetent. You know, she just like, I need you to help me hire a whole new staff. She was like, right now I'm hot and I need to stay that way. So her co-manager or whatever was like, well, I can work with that. She was like, so you good, huh? Well, I got issues with my man too. Can you fix that? She said, that's not my level of expertise. K.Michelle is the truth. Moving on from that, what else transpired? Yandy finally admitted that, you know what, this is a lot on me. I'm hurting. Rich Dollars, I apologize, bro. I need you to take the lead wheel with this label for a while. Looks like Mandisi's, the jailbird, is about to get a bail hearing. So that looks like good news. And you know what, I'm gonna say this for Yandy. I'm happy that, you know, if you want to stick in there with your man, even though old videos, I let it be known, move around. But if you willing to stick in there for your man, boo, and you willing to wait, that's your business. And if congratulations to you, okay? Yeah. So I'm glad that you're gonna have some type of relief. But Yandy, you got plenty of money. Get you a nanny, baby. Get you a nanny. You still got businesses to run. You got things to do. You need to be in your next show should be interviewing nannies. It's time for you to interview you a nanny. You need a nanny, boo. moving on. What else happened? Like I said, Erica Mena, Rich Dollar, sit down. I was right. They were in love. I mean, well, she was in love with him. He still got a soft place in his heart for her. All this foolishness. Seeing her go to the photo shoot in Panama and whatever. And that was the gist of that one. Moving on. Let's get these Bob wives, baby. Yes. So I'm gonna come back with the mob wives. I was gonna give it to y'all on this one, but I need mob wives video all by themselves. So Diamonds, check out the other video. You are the toughest material on the earth, and there's none like you. Just you're no longer boys when you watch this channel. And to all my darlings, appreciate you. I should have the link down below for the second video, which will be the mob wives review for the premiere of New Blood. All right now.